You know, one of the important things about covering Trump and this MAGA movement is to cover the people behind the movement. And it's important to peel back the layers of this onion and confront the realities that we are facing. So I'm going to show you now some of the MAGA followers who attend a lot of these events. I'm going to show you some of the people behind the voter registration efforts and the people closest to this Trump campaign. It's very important that we don't cover our eyes and close our ears to this stuff. So first, let me show you this clip. This clip is from the Trumpets founder. Trust me, you don't want to Google it. And this Trumpets founder says Trump is almost like he's not even altogether human, as if God has got him by the shoulders and saying, "World, this is the man that will save you," saying he will save us. Watch this.
You haven't got a choice. It is President Trump and President Trump only. He's strong enough. Who could have put up with what he did the last 4 years? Nobody. It's almost like he's not even altogether human, as if God has got him by the shoulders and saying, "World, this is the man that will save you. He will save us."
And this bizarre, kind of cult-like religious devotion to Donald Trump is prevalent throughout this movement, and Donald Trump certainly plays into it. And this clip is emblematic of that. This was posted by Ron Filipkowski, our editor-in-chief, and as he said, "I've listened to about 25 crowd interviews of people at the Trump town hall today, and I'm convinced they are all either drunk or on pills. This guy started crying, and he's all over the place. I speak fluent MAGA, but he's tough to follow." Let's see if you could follow this.
I mean, I get all choked up. Yeah, I mean, we gotta save our country. Put all this narrative bullshit aside. We work on facts. There used to be a show called Dragnet, and they would say, ma'am, just the facts, please. And I brought facts to you. I want you to publish them. Everybody. We can't have that one payer pays all.
This is more footage from Trump's town hall, if you could call it that. He did this town hall this week with Sarah Huckabee Sanders for some reason in Sparta, Michigan. And that wasn't really a town hall. It was just a fluff fest by Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And it was just very strange and bizarre. We've done a few videos on it. But this is a guy at Trump's town hall who is asked about why he came. And he doesn't really have an answer. You can check it out.
So how about you, sir?
I'm here to state my freedom.
Yeah, it's really important that we sit here and fight for our freedom because it's like slowly being taken away. Is that right?
Right.
Thank you so much for coming here, man. Really appreciate you guys.
Here's a woman at Trump's town hall that says we need to bring Trump back because children are terrified in schools because they're putting litter boxes in the bathrooms. What?
Can't even protect them at school. Everybody's against you. These kids are terrified. They have more put into litter boxes in the bathrooms and everything else instead of teaching our kids. We have no future without our children. And we need to protect them.
And that, of course, is another one of these hoaxes that has been spread by people like Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Republicans, which is 100% false, kind of similar to this kind of dog and cat eating lie that they are spreading right now. But you see how it permeates through this MAGA universe and gets to these people. Now, this is a guy at the Trump event that says he hopes Ivanka is going to run next and become the first woman president.
And if Eric or Don, Barron, you want to run, Ivanka, be the first woman president, baby. We are with you. We are with you because I'm sure your daddy's instilled. He's been saying the same things in the 80s on Oprah shows when they revered the man, when he was on Robin Leach's The Rich and Famous. And he's been true to what he said back then. Yeah,
it doesn't sound like a cult at all. Here's a guy at the Trump town hall who says he inherited his family business from his grandfather and father, who ran it successfully for 60 to 70 years. But the second he took over, the business collapsed. And who's he blaming? Kamala Harris.
Business. It had been ran for 60, 70 some years. And it was rough through the Obama presidency, but I cut my prices and I did a lot of extra work to be able to bring in the money. And then when Trump got into office, my $100 jobs turned into $200 jobs. My invoices, the cost of overhead went from 200 to 600, and it got to the point where it just wasn't feasible. And I miss being a self-employed small business owner, because I loved when my kids had a sport events, I could make time to go watch the sport events and making sure they wasn't getting beat by a man wearing a wig.
All right, are you ready for this fact? Traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses. It's just gross. Miracle Made, however, offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. It's why I use Miracle Made on my bedding. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather, so you get a better sleep every single night. It's why I love Miracle Sheets. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to trymiracle.com/Meidas. Trymiracle.com/Meidas and try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save up to 40%. And if you use our promo code Meidas at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Meidas to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode.
Whatever happened to pulling yourself up from your own bootstraps? I thought that was kind of the Republican thing. I guess not anymore. Now it's just everything's the Democrats' fault, everything's Kamala Harris's fault, everything's Joe Biden's fault. Never take any personal responsibility. Anyway, it just gets wackier. At all these shows, they have these bizarre MAGA broadcasters, these like fake reporters who get out there and they interview all the people. And this is one of the right-wing broadcasters introducing a sponsor. And she says, in light of the RFK Jr. endorsement, he's huge on health and wellness issues, she has a quick sponsorship. And then she reads an ad from a company selling kits of various drugs like ivermectin to protect you from government-planned epidemics. This is just bizarre stuff. Watch.
And in light of the RFK endorsement, he's huge on health and wellness, I have a quick sponsorship from our favorite wellness company. America, listen up. The world is getting more unpredictable by the day. We've got assassination attempts, rumors of civil war, an unstable stock market, and now the looming threat of the bird flu is on everyone's mind. Did you know that there's a bird flu summit coming in October next month? It's eerily reminiscent of Event 201 that foreshadowed the COVID pandemic.
Speaking of bizarre stuff, here we have Roseanne telling another MAGA reporter, Lara Logan, who has been banned from basically every single network, including Fox and Newsmax, by the way. She's too extreme for Fox and Newsmax. Roseanne says she represents the hope and journalism in our country.
This woman represents, to me, the hope of journalism in our country. She is so brave, so righteous, so incredible. I'm so pleased to finally meet her after speaking on the phone. There is a real journalist for the people in our country, and thank you.
And we're going to take it back.
We're going to...
Or taking back the media. It's not theirs. It doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the people.
That's right.
And thank you.
Yeah, everything is opposite land in Trump. And going back to this religious devotion, here's a woman at that Trump event that says, quote, evil force has taken over America and that the Bible predicted this was going to happen. And only Jesus and, you guessed it, Donald Trump could save us.
I think there's an evil force taking over our country, our world. It's written in the Bible that in the last days this is supposed to happen. So we have to armor ourselves with the armor of Christ, I want to say, and be prepared. We can't do this without Jesus. And this is to be expected. There is certainly an evil force. Evil force.
Right. Ephesians 6, we got to put on the full armor of God. That's right.
Amen.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump is grifting another product based on his assassination attempt. Watch this.
So they just came out with this T-shirt, which is really pretty spectacular. And it's selling like hotcakes.
And Charlie Kirk, one of the big MAGA influencers out there who runs Turning Point USA, here he is acting like a hunter and making jokes about Dick Cheney.
That's Kamala Harris's problem now. See, I don't have to worry about getting shot by Dick Cheney, because Dick Cheney is now a Democrat. It's a safer existence, really.
And this next picture is certainly incredibly emblematic of this MAGA movement. This is a MAGA rapper, Fergaccio Blow, who raps about tying up his girlfriend and throwing her in the trunk of his car with another MAGA rapper, if you want to call it that, and OnlyFans model Amber Rose, who spoke at the Republican National Convention, and Fergaccio Blow post Fergaccio Rose with a bunch of roses. This is MAGA, people. It's just getting weirder and weirder by the day. And speaking of weirder and weirder by the day, here's Don Jr. having a real normal one yesterday.
Someone who's literally worse than Hitler. Someone who's the greatest threat to democracy ever. Someone who's going to stay in power forever, even though he left last time. I mean, minor detail. Civility, remember? Civility and joy. That's the Harris campaign. Everything's joy and civility. That won't buy you your groceries. It's not even true. They're encouraging this kind of violence, those kind of language, the things that they say on a daily basis. That's not civility, but I guess as long as the media says they're being civil in saying that Donald Trump is Hitler, it's fine.
Yeah, nah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let's top it off with Scott Pressler. This is the guy leading Trump and J.D. Vance's voter registration efforts. He's MAGA royalty right here. He's become a huge MAGA celebrity. Watch.
This is Scott Pressler. I just finished interviewing with Dr. Sebastian Gorka on Newsmax. And earlier today, I had the opportunity to go on the radio with Dan Bongino. I know. And earlier this week, I also went on with Jesse Kelly, and Dom Giordano weekly has me on his program.
So folks, that's what's going on in the MAGAverse. I know, pretty weird stuff, but that's the reality that we have to confront today. You ever feel like we're kind of in like a vampire movie and everyone around you has been bitten? Well, because don't worry, there are more of us than there are of them, but we need to make our voices heard. We need to continue to come together and elevate this movement. So if you could do me a favor right now, hit that subscribe button, help us get to 3.5 million subscribers. Hit that like button, leave a comment. It all helps get these videos out. And remember to share these videos with a friend. If you can, also make sure that you subscribe. It's free to the MeidasTouch podcast on all your favorite podcast apps. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you soon.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.